Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Man, I didn't realize how hard it would be to do a blog and have a kid at the same time. I thought it'd be just easy to keep things up, and so I've been away for a little bit this time. First, I was on a trip to see some family out of state, and then on the way back, my kiddo decided it'd be a great idea to roll around on the floor of an airplane, eat Cheerios off the ground, and all that fun jazz, and got pretty sick, and got me and my partner sick, and it was just not a good week. So I took a week off in order to recover because trust me, you didn't want to hear me try to talk on this video and do a blog post. So I just gave it a break, and so now I'm back. So I decided to continue on with the all steel series from Zebra. Last week I did the leftovers from the 3 series because there's like 7 pens in that series, and I didn't want to do a blog post about 7 pens at once. So I'm back with just the 4 series. And this one is just these two. They have a gel pen and a ballpoint pen. I believe they have a mechanical pencil. I've had a really hard time coming across it in the United States. And every time that I found it, it's been somewhat pricey, a little bit more than I'd want to spend on a mechanical pencil of this quality. I mean, I'll happily buy a Rotring, but I'm not going to spend 10, 15 bucks on an all-steel Zebra G series, G4 series mechanical pencil. So I just have the ballpoint and the gel pen. So I did just include the F301 just for comparison as far as grip size goes. So as with all the all steel series, these ones are naturally all steel, except for the rubber grip section here. Unlike the 3 series where you've got a plastic grip and a plastic clip, I don't know what it's called, where the clip connects to the body. Sorry, I'm still getting over a cough from that cold. It's just been kind of lingering, so I apologize for that. So I want to start off with, I've actually been using these for a couple weeks since I started using them, I think a little before my trip. So I've actually had a good couple weeks to use them. And I've actually enjoyed them quite a bit more than the F series, or the 3 series, sorry. The 3, the plastic grip, it just feels like plastic run through a garbage disposal, and I wasn't a huge fan of it. It's also fairly thin. So this one, the rubber grip is the main difference between the two. It's also quite a bit heavier. And has a lot more steel on it, so of course it's heavier. But the rubber grip, just for comparison, if you've never felt one of these pens, it feels slightly softer than a Go2 or a Pilot G2, a little bit squishier. So hopefully that's a good comparison. It feels like solid rubber. It doesn't have any texture on it, so when your fingers get wet, it is going to be kind of like an ice rink and somewhat slippery. Another comparison, I mean, it kind of feels like the grip on a Pentel Quicker Clicker before they made it with the wavy patterns, but those are also really hard to find. So the most important part, the writing experience with these has been pretty good, actually. The refill in the F402 is the same one that you get in the 3 series, so it's the same type of writing experience. You've probably used the Zebra 3 series if you're into pens. They're available everywhere. These ones are a bit harder to come by. The ballpoint does write fairly smooth. I'm not a huge fan of ballpoints in general. Maybe I've just been, too used to using fountain pens. But if you're writing short sentences with these and not using it for very long, it does feel really smooth. It gets good ink on paper. Sorry, like I said, I'm still struggling with that cough from the cold. But longer writing sessions with this I found were pretty, not painful, but pretty annoying. Like, I got fatigued pretty quick with it. I was writing down a list of some items that I had given to a client, and by the time I got to the bottom of it, I was like, I need to switch to the gel pen because this is just a lot smoother to write with. So let's see. The tip on this one is 0.7 millimeter, and so it's a bit thicker than the gel pen. One thing that I found interesting on the gel, I'll show you a little bit later, but on the gel pen, when you're doing the refill, the spring direction actually matters. This one, it doesn't. So if you're throwing a refill in here, you can just throw the spring on any direction, and I'll show you why the gel pen is a little bit different here in a bit. But I wasn't a huge fan of this just because it's a ballpoint and you get fatigued fairly easily, especially if you're used to writing with fountain pens, and your just handwriting quality goes down. So let's move over to the gel pen, which I use significantly more in this. So overall, they're exactly the same pen, except for the refill and the markings on the side of the body right there. You can see if the reflection will go away. It says G402 and GP for gel pen rather than BP for ballpoint. This one also has a 0.5 millimeter tip, so just slightly smaller. Beyond that, like I said, they're the same pen. This one has the steel clip retainer, maybe, that a lot of people would pull off of these and put on the F701 before they made an actual all steel model of the F701, which I'll be reviewing eventually. The clicker on this is pretty good, fairly quiet, pretty smooth. I did notice that the clicker on the F is quite a bit louder and a bit stiffer, and for a while it was scratching against the side of the body. The clip on these is great. If you can see in there, if it would focus, you can see a ball. That tends to get caught on things. So like a pen loop especially, since it's just elastic, or a pocket. Sometimes it makes it hard to slide in, but the pen's gonna stay securely, so that's definitely a big plus. I already said the body of this is steel. It is a bit top heavy, so it's weighted towards the back. That is not great if you're an easily fatigued writer. You want one that's a bit heavier towards the tip, but given the length and my big hands, I don't notice it too much. You're just kind of fighting momentum depending on how you hold it when you're writing. So the only difference between the two pens in terms of design is at the tips. So you can see that this one's just a conical design, like a sharp curve into a more gradual conical design that just ends. This one has that sharp curve into that same gradual conical design and then another sharp curve till the tip. I don't know why that would be the case, or why that would be a different design on the tips as far as a gel pen versus a ballpoint. I can't tell you. I wouldn't know. So this one, the refill on the gel pen is a JK, and like I said before, the spring direction actually matters, because you can see if I flip it around backwards, it just slides onto the body of the refill. If you put it on the right way, it sticks a little farther towards the top. And so if you ever can't figure out why your gel pen isn't, like the refill isn't sitting in there correctly, or you can't get it to stay extended or stay back, whatever, I guess it wouldn't stay in. If you ever have a problem with that, then just flip the spring around and it'll be a quick and easy fix. So the writing experience on this is pretty comparable to a Sarasa, which is actually one of my favorite gel pens overall, right up there with the Pilot G2. I don't know if they use the same ink. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. If they use the same ink in their gel pens in the all steel series as they do in the Sarasa. Like I said, it's just very smooth, very vivid, dark black ink. So just a couple last bit of specs before I get out of here. The pens are about, where'd it go? The grip is 10.5 millimeters in diameter, which is a great size for me. I like it a lot, especially on a lighter pen. I like the heavier grip. As the pen gets heavier, the grip size isn't as important to me, but I still like it a bit thicker. The length of the pen is about 13.3 centimeters or 5.2 inches, and it weighs 0.65 ounces or 19 grams. So overall, I mean, the balance is, like I said, fairly top heavy a little bit before, but let's find that center of balance for you, since I always forget to do that in the video. Almost at the clip. That's not even the center. It's just kind of balancing there. So somewhere around there. Something like that. So it's about right at the logo, which is pretty high up. You know, like I said, you're going to want one a little bit lower. So overall, I like these pens quite a bit more than the 3 series. The grip size is much more to my liking. It's thicker, they're heavier. It actually feels like I have something in my hand when I'm writing. The ballpoint, you know, it's a ballpoint, so it's just going to suck regardless, in my opinion, but I haven't come across a ballpoint that I really enjoy yet. No, I take that back. The Bic crystals, I enjoy those, but that's a different story. So I tend to go with the gel pen. The nice thing is they're refillable. You can get the gel pen only in black, and the F402 you can get in black or blue. And then, like I said, it's the same refills as the 301, so you could probably throw any of them in there. I don't have like a red or a green 3 series for the ballpoint, but if I did, I'd give it a shot. I think that's about all I've got. If I missed anything, please comment below and feel free to ask questions. Let me know what you think of this review. As always, please hit the like and subscribe button and really help me grow this channel. It's been growing a bit more lately, and I've really appreciated those of you who have subscribed so far. Be sure to check these pens out if you're looking for something that looks good in an everyday carry. Looks professional, but is still somewhat cheap. They're going to run you probably about $5 or $6 for 2 of them. So about $2.44. No, it's about $5 per pen. So it just depends on where you find them. If you get them in a pack, sometimes I don't know if they sell these in a pack with the gel pen and the ballpoint, but check it out. Let me know what you think. And as always, I'll see you next time.